Welcome to Echoes Untold, the channel where history whispers and we listen. In this episode, we explore the story of U-47, the German submarine that rose to fame during World War II, only to vanish mysteriously in 1941. Join us as we unravel its daring exploits, its pivotal role in the Battle of the Atlantic, and the haunting enigma of its final mission. If you enjoy history's untold stories, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Every interaction helps us bring more historical narratives to life. The Type VIIB submarine U-47 was commissioned in December 1938 and became an essential tool in Nazi Germany's naval warfare strategy. By 1939, it was clear that the Kriegsmarine would rely heavily on U-boats to disrupt Allied shipping and cripple Britain's ability to sustain its war effort. Under the command of Captain Lieutenant Günther Prien, U-47 would rise to become one of the most successful U-boats in the fleet, cementing its place in the annals of naval history. After its audacious Scapa Flow raid in 1939, U-47 and its crew were thrust into the spotlight, hailed as heroes in Germany and regarded as one of the most significant threats to Allied shipping. This fame would follow U-47 as it embarked on a relentless campaign against Allied convoys in the Atlantic. The hunt across the Atlantic, the Battle of the Atlantic, was the longest continuous military campaign of World War II, stretching from 1939 to 1945. It was a high-stakes chess game played out across the vast expanses of the ocean, with Allied convoys attempting to transport vital supplies and the German U-boat fleet seeking to sink them. U-47 was at the forefront of this deadly contest. Between 1939 and 1941, U-47 conducted 9 successful patrols, sinking 31 merchant ships and 1 warship. The total tonnage of its victims exceeded 162,000 tons, making U-47 one of the most successful U-boats of the war. These victories were not just about numbers, they had a direct impact on the Allied war effort. Each ship sunk represented the loss of vital war materials, food, or fuel, all of which were crucial for Britain's survival. The tactics employed by U-47 and other U-boats were both innovative and brutal. One of the most effective strategies was the use of wolfpacks, where groups of U-boats would coordinate attacks on convoys. U-47 often operated independently but also participated in these coordinated efforts. Günther Prien's ability to anticipate convoy routes and exploit weaknesses in their defenses made him a formidable adversary. The conditions aboard U-47 were harsh. The submarine's crew worked in cramped quarters, with limited fresh air and long periods submerged to avoid detection. Food supplies were rationed, and morale often depended on Prien's leadership and the camaraderie of the crew. Despite these challenges, U-47 consistently delivered devastating blows to Allied shipping. One notable encounter was the sinking of the SS Arandora Star in July 1940. The British ship was carrying German and Italian internees to Canada when it was torpedoed by U-47 off the coast of Ireland. Tragically, over 800 people lost their lives. Incidents like this highlighted the brutal realities of submarine warfare, where civilian and military targets often became indistinguishable. As the war progressed, Allied countermeasures improved. Convoy escorts grew more sophisticated, equipped with radar, sonar, and depth charges. The introduction of escort carriers and long-range patrol aircraft made the Atlantic an increasingly dangerous hunting ground for U-boats. Yet, U-47 continued its mission, adapting to these new challenges under Prien's leadership. The final mission by early 1941, the tide of the war was beginning to shift. Allied advancements in anti-submarine warfare were starting to take a toll on the once dominant U-boat fleet. U-47, however, remained undeterred. Its 10th patrol began in late February 1941, with the submarine tasked with intercepting convoy OB-293 in the North Atlantic, west of Ireland. The convoy was heavily guarded, with British destroyers HMS Wolverine and HMS Verity among its escorts. These warships were equipped with advanced sonar and depth charges, making them formidable adversaries. On March 7, 1941, HMS Wolverine reported detecting a U-boat and launched an aggressive series of depth charge attacks. Some sources claim that these attacks destroyed U-47, but the evidence is circumstantial at best. No distress signals were received from U-47, and no debris or bodies were ever recovered. This lack of evidence has fueled speculation about the true cause of its disappearance. Several theories have emerged to explain the loss of U-47. 1. Depth charges. The official British account credits HMS Wolverine with sinking a U-boat on March 7, which is widely believed to be U-47. 1. However, post-war analyses have raised doubts due to the lack of physical evidence. 2. Naval mines. Another possibility is that U-47 struck a naval mine while operating in the heavily mined waters west of Ireland. 2. Mines were a constant threat to submarines operating near convoy routes. 3. Catastrophic malfunction. Internal malfunctions, such as a torpedo explosion or mechanical failure, could have caused the submarine to sink suddenly without leaving a trace. 4. Friendly fire. There is also a remote possibility that U-47 was accidentally attacked by another German U-boat or aircraft, mistaking it for an enemy vessel. The truth remains elusive. Without concrete evidence, the sinking of U-47 remains one of World War II's great naval mysteries. The disappearance of U-47 marked the end of one of the Kriegsmarine's most successful submarines. Its story is a testament to the courage and skill of its crew, who operated under some of the most challenging conditions imaginable. The loss of U-47 also serves as a reminder of the human cost of war. The Battle of the Atlantic was a grueling campaign, with both sides suffering immense losses. Of the 40,000 men who served in Germany's U-boat fleet, nearly 30,000 were killed. For the Allies, the cost of the campaign included thousands of lives lost and the sinking of over 2,700 ships. Today, U-47's story is remembered not just as a tale of wartime heroism but also as a symbol of the mysteries that still linger beneath the waves. Its wreck has never been found, leaving its fate shrouded in uncertainty. For naval historians and enthusiasts, the unanswered questions surrounding U-47 continue to spark curiosity and debate. Fact-checked note at Echoes Untold, we are committed to presenting accurate and well-researched historical narratives. The story of U-47 has been reconstructed using primary and secondary sources, including naval records, historical analyses, and eyewitness accounts. Due to the lack of definitive evidence regarding its sinking, this episode reflects the most widely accepted theories while acknowledging the uncertainties that remain. Sources and references: Blair, Clay. Hitler's U-Boat War, The Hunters, 1939–1942. Random House, 1996. Kemp, Paul. U-Boats Destroyed, German Submarine Losses in the World Wars. Naval Institute Press, 1997. Wynne, Kenneth. U-Boat Operations of the Second World War. Naval Institute Press, 1998. Official Royal Navy Records and Declassified Kriegsmarine Documents. Historical mysteries often carry ambiguities, and we encourage our viewers to explore these topics further and form their own conclusions. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the remarkable and mysterious story of U-47. What do you think happened to this legendary submarine? Was it destroyed by HMS Wolverine, or did it succumb to another fate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Echoes Untold for more captivating stories from history. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen.